All right, man. So gas prices are starting to really spike, and people are starting to feel it more. Let's check out what they got to say about it here.
This morning, oil prices are now at their highest levels since the start of the Iran war. That has pushed the cost of gas to prices we've not seen in 4 years. KTLA's Jillian Smuckler live now in Woodland Hills with more on that for us. Jillian, good morning.
Good morning, Jessica. Yeah, we've seen a number of drivers pulling in here, and they're really doing a double take when they look at that price sign, and that's because it costs drivers here $6.29 for a gallon of gas. And as prices continue going up, they tell me they're frustrated, but unfortunately, it's starting to feel a little bit normal to them. So let's take a look at the numbers so far. So according to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular gas is now about $4.30. That's up roughly 27 cents in just the past week, and it's the highest national average we've seen in nearly 4 years. But here in California, it's a very different story. The statewide average is now around $6 a gallon, making it the most expensive in the country, followed by Hawaii and then Washington. So what's driving the spike? That's the question this morning. Well, experts, they're pointing to a combination of global and local pressures. Overseas, renewed instability involving Iran and tensions near the Strait of Hormuz, a critical route that carries about 20% of the world's oil, is keeping crude prices elevated. Now, negotiations between the U.S. and Iran have stalled, and concerns about supply disruptions are fueling uncertainty in global markets. Back here at home, there are even more factors driving California's spike, and that includes refinery maintenance, the seasonal switch to more expensive summer blend fuel, and the state's already high taxes and environmental fees. And with the busy Memorial Day travel season approaching, well, demand is expected to go up, and analysts say we could still see another 20 to 30 cents per gallon added in the weeks ahead. And that's, of course, depending on how global tensions unfold here. Now, we've been talking to drivers here in Woodland Hills this morning, and the reaction we've been getting is all the same. Take a listen.
Yeah, it's insane. There's usually like certain locations that you can go to and then get a good deal, and yeah, not even that anymore. Like my normal go-tos are just as insane.
Never seen anything like it. Insane. Just crazy. It shouldn't be this way. It doesn't have to be.
It's outrageous. I don't travel that far anymore. I just do commute, work commute, that's it.
And a lot of drivers tell us they've been forced to cut back on those trips. They're trying to drive less, carpool more, and then some of them just tell me they're just bracing for even higher prices to come. They know it's coming and they want to be prepared. So the next time you go to fill up your car, just know it's going to cost you a little bit more than usual. Reporting in Woodland Hills, I'm Jillian Smuckler, KTLA 5.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Probably the best thing to do would be to just walk, right? Stick it back to the man, If everybody just decided to walk, right, as a protest, right? Go back to those days. Maybe, I don't know. But it is crazy. It is crazy. And it's sad to see. And people are saying it's only going to get worse. See what the comments say here. Trump did that while working class paying high gas costs, big oil companies like PB making high profits that corporate United States. Us. Vote for Trump. He will keep our gas prices low and no wars. Promises kept, and love this winning. We're doing so much winning. It sucks, man. It sucks. But, nobody's going to do anything about it. And the world is just going to keep rolling, and we're just going to... That's just how it is, right? No, nobody's going to rise. Nobody's going to... People aren't going to come together in some fashion to protest. And, right, the way to stick it to them would be to... If everybody just decided to walk, right? And you wouldn't only stick it to them. You'd stick it to the doctors, right? Because now you're going healthier. And so since now you're healthier, right, you're going to look for better food options, right, and stuff like that. So it's all just a combination of events that just cascades into a slippery slope of good things, right? But unfortunately, we're too comfortable as a society, and this is what we do, right? This is what we do. I'm very close to the most obese city in the States. Down here in Texas, so I can tell you they don't even have sidewalks, man, to give you that option. they open bike lanes, but unfortunately they end up getting, you know, unalived a lot. They do have bike lanes, and for the most part, you do have a portion of the population that wants to be healthy, right? I've seen them, you know, they go walking, they go jogging, they go in bikes, right? I've seen them go to bikes like at the organic food. What is it? The one that's called that they have there? I think it's called Sprouts. I think I've seen them like go. They have like a little. They like rigged up like a small little trailer for their bicycle, and they load up on groceries and they just pedal back, man, wherever they came from, right? So like healthy living and stuff. So now you don't have to go to the doctors and you don't have to have insurance necessarily, medical insurance, right? You could have it as a backup, but you really don't need it, right? Because now you're living healthy and your blood sugar is down and your cholesterol is down and your hypertension is down and you're worried, right? A lot of the frustration and stress actually could be taken out like that, right? You get better sleep because now you're working out more, right? Having to commute in those kind of fashions to your job sites or whatever. But it'll never happen. This is just all, of course, conjecture. This is just what I think, and I wouldn't know. But people wouldn't be happy about it, right? And by people, I mean it's like one of those things where it's like, without criminals, cops wouldn't have a job, right? Without criminals, there would be no need for lawyers or judges, right? Without sick people, there would be no need for doctors, right? And it's just so on and so forth, right? So there always has to be that in order for these other people to have a job, you know, so they might even cause the thing themselves. It would be nice if we could get reimbursed, right, for filling up our gas, right, during these times. Like, oh, okay, we're going to make adjustments. Anybody, if you save your receipts right, we'll go ahead and reimburse you, but that won't happen either. It won't happen either. So that's all I have to say about this. I hope that wherever you're from, it's not hitting you too hard, but it is hitting a lot of people hard, very, very hard. There's not a lot of Ubers anymore where I'm at, or Lyft drivers. DoorDash is also, it's essentially gone here where I'm from. You know, your orders are getting canceled and stuff, and this is one of those things where it's like, you know, they'll even tell you, like, hey, I want more tip, you know, like it's a long way out there, right? I live in Ranchland, so it is one of those things, man. But that's all I have to say about this. You guys know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, repost, all of that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next one, man. Peace.